The Black Death almost wiped out humanity and was far more horrifying than you think. But how did it begin? It started with a single trade ship from Asia, arriving quietly in the port of Sicily. But something was wrong. When it docked, nearly every sailor on board was dead. The few still breathing were covered in dark, swollen sores. In fear, the port ordered the ship to leave immediately, but the damage was already done. Fleas, rats, and a few desperate sailors had already escaped. And within days, the sickness began to spread through the town of Messina. You'd cough, feel fever, chills, and within hours, black lumps would rise beneath your skin. Then it grew faster. Entire families gone within a week. Bodies piled in the streets. Even doctors, priests, and caretakers started to die. The very people meant to help were vanishing one by one. But then it got worse. The disease changed. It began spreading through the air itself. One breath near the wrong person, and you were next. In months, southern Europe collapsed. Cities emptied, homes abandoned, fields untouched. Nearly half of every village gone. Over the next 2 years, chaos ruled. People ran, prayed, and burned herbs, but nothing could stop it. The death was so fast, you had less than a week once infected. By the 4th year, there was no one left to infect. The plague finally slowed, not because we defeated it, but because it had killed almost everyone it could. When it was over, Europe had lost more than half its people, and the world up to 200 million souls. Humanity barely survived, and the question remains, if it happened once, could it happen again? For most of human history, we thought the sky was just sky, an endless blue above our heads. Until 1902, when French scientist Léon Tesserand de Bord did something simple and terrifying. He sent weather balloons higher than anyone before, and the temperature stopped dropping. That's when we realized the truth. The sky isn't empty, it's layered. The first layer is the troposphere, about 12 kilometers thick. Every breath you take lives here, every cloud, every storm. If this layer vanished tomorrow, oxygen would thin, pressure would collapse, and humans would pass out within minutes. Above it sits the stratosphere, stretching up to 50 kilometers. Inside it floats the ozone layer, a thin chemical shield. It blocks radiation that shreds DNA. If the stratosphere broke, the sun's rays wouldn't just warm us, they would sterilize everything. Higher still is the mesosphere, reaching 85 kilometers. This is where meteors die. Most never reach the ground because this layer burns them alive. Without it, impacts wouldn't be rare events, they'd be daily. Then comes the thermosphere, from 85 to 600 kilometers. Temperatures rise above 1,500 degrees Celsius, not because it's hot in the usual sense, the air is too thin to burn you, but because this layer absorbs the sun's violence before it reaches Earth. And finally, the exosphere, the planet's last breath. Atoms slowly leaking into space, gravity letting go. We teach these layers to children like they're harmless names, but they're not lessons, they're warnings. The atmosphere isn't scenery, it's a stacked survival system. And if even one layer fails, Earth doesn't explode. It simply becomes uninhabitable, silently.